That was Lauryn Hill, The Sweetest Thing. So over the weekend, of course, I'm so sure many of you saw the Twitter exchange between Terry Crews and myself. Maybe it's a coincidence that earlier that week he had been getting a lot of heat for his defense of Gina Rodriguez, and black women had come after him on Twitter to the extent that he deleted his tweet and then apologized and then said, you know, I was speaking from my perspective. And then 12 hours after that, he brings up the article of an interview I did a year ago. Maybe it's a coincidence that he talked about slapping me, but not the dude who violated him. Terry apologized for speaking from his experience. I do not. I spoke from mine. Even in the Vlad interview, I never said what he should have done. I said what I would have done. Because in my experience, the way I grew up, if you let people violate you, they kept doing it. I'm not victim shaming. You call it toxic masculinity. I'll call it survival. That was the way I grew up. That was my experience. Matter of fact, when I was growing up, you wanted to get big. Remember that? I can't wait to get big so people stop bothering me. When we were growing up, the only reason to go to a gym or take karate or box was either to have people stop messing with you or to get somebody back. That was all. You wanted people off you. Look at Muhammad Ali. You can look at any athlete. They went and got physically stronger because they were tired of being victims. And so that was a perspective I was speaking from. I'm saying to you, I would have done it, not you. I wouldn't let somebody I paid touch me, but let alone let anybody touch me in front of my wife. Let alone somebody who I was paying. You're not gonna fondle me and give me an invoice. That's just not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But I find it interesting that people who would never defend anybody. It's interesting to me now because we live in the intersection of Me Too and barbecue bacon. Like, it's interesting that the people who rush to his defense. It's interesting the things that they say. It's interesting. I find it refreshing that you can see black men as a victim because society for a long time couldn't. For that movement, he works well because he's big, he's black, he's strong, and they can look at him and say, even he can be a victim. Look at even him. That is great when it works for your narrative. Now that you know that black man can be a victim, apply it more even. Now that you see that we can be victims too, the next time something happens, speak out just as loudly as you are now. You can speak loud when somebody is fondled, when a black man is fondled, but not when he's shot. Interestingly enough, all these people who are saying all these platitudes and saying all the supportive things, would they say the same if he was parked in front of their house? Would they say the same if the police pulled him over and brutalized him? Would they say the same then? America has a habit. We pick our victims, our causes, and our heroes. And we look the other way when it doesn't fit the narrative. If we are trying to stop people from being victims, if we know now that it happens, be consistent. Because it's easy to do when it's Terry Crews. It's much harder to do when it's Michael Brown. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the DLU.
Terry motherfucking Crews. You know what's heartbreaking about this Terry Crews situation, bro? This dude was T-Money from American Gladiators. And I really hate to see the proverbial black man emasculated in a dress with that fucking commercial with the pink rollers in his hair. And now he's mad because he is being assaulted verbally on Twitter by all these black comedians, and rightfully so. You a big greasy swole ass nigga, and you on, like, you know, these different award shows and award ceremonies saying how this man sexually assaulted you because of the Me Too movement. You want to chase some clout, and now you want to fit in. And all these dudes saying you didn't have the energy when that dude grabbed your nuts. But yet you're talking about, I'm going to kick Tariq ass. I'm going to slap D.L. Hughley. And, you know, God gave me all these muscles to fight back. And now this guy's the poster child for toxic masculinity. But yet you talking about violently whooping everybody's ass that's making fun of you. And rightfully so. I remember Michael Clark Duncan in the Green Mile. With that, you know, hold my hand, boss. You can be a big swole ass nigga, but you got to be a joke to star in the drama. The same thing, and Terry Crews was always utilized like a Debo. He was never ever one of these guys who was like a Morgan Freeman level style, you know what I'm saying, black actor. He was always like comic relief, you know, flexing his muscles, being basically like a dancing gorilla. And I really hate to say that as another black man to another black man, but you know the point I'm trying to make. So to see this guy being utilized as like this new ally for the Me Too movement, saying black men don't protect black women, nigga, fuck you. Black dudes out there are getting killed in the name of, you know what I'm saying, trying to stand up for black women out there, losing their jobs, getting killed by the police, like that brother in Florida, and that's stand your ground case. Now they reluctantly charged, I forgot this guy's last name, Daniel Holtzclaw, some fucking Holtzclaw's the guy that raped them women. This dude had a really crazy name, who shot that dude in Florida, but he was his wife got into an argument with a man, and the man shot him. So there's many cases of black dudes standing up to the police, or standing up to you know, school officials and people on the job trying to protect black women. It's just that you have a situation where, I'm trying to cut some of this echo down. I'm in my office. So you have a situation where all these dudes are out here standing up for what's right. You know, we protesting police violence against black people, and you got this one big old greasy ass nigga all over TV. There's a video of Terry Crews right now on Facebook where he's telling some story about his grandpa and his grandma, and he always feared his grandpa because the grandpa was, you know, was beating up his grandma or some shit. It's got 56 million views. Now, he's making it seem like he's traumatized once again because of what's happening to all these black women out there, and, you know, the Me Too movement, and everybody that's being convicted. You look at what's happening to R. Kelly, the Michael Jackson shit. It seems like black men are the only targets of the Me Too movement. Harvey Weinstein damn near about to get off, or, you know, hit with a slap on the wrist, and Bryan Singer just got another award. Fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Terry Crews is a disgrace, bro, and I lost all fucking love for that dude, bro. I don't give a fuck what other movie he in. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I used to like the Terry Crews reality show on BET because the dude's wife is a good person. I met Terry Crews at the Essence Fest like 4 years ago, walking on the sidewalk, you know, by the beignet shop or whatever. Anyway, man, I don't know, bro. I just hate to see it. This is happening, bro, with this shit that's going on right now. It's a presidential election season, and you're going to see a lot of buck dancing and butter biscuit chasing out there, bro, from all those allies who ain't getting shit but a pat on the back and a plate of free biscuits. Anyway, guys, hit like, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here.